Greetings, greetings, greetings. This is Chair Pilates. Thank you so much for being here. This is the June 19th class. That means we have one more class left in the semester after this class. The last class for this spring semester is next Friday, June the 26th. So we're going to enjoy this class, and I'm going to remind you, as I always do, please move at your own pace. Uh, have water before, during, and after. Please honor your body. And if there's anything that we're doing that does not feel comfortable for you, please discontinue. And if you feel any dizziness, anything that's just very unusual, please do what you need to be doing to stay safe. Again, this is Chair Pilates, so we will be performing most of the class seated, but there are some standing exercises. You have the option, if you prefer to complete the entire class seated, please do so. Just follow along, and whatever I'm doing standing, please modify it and still do this in a seated position. We do use a strap in the class from time to time. You can also use a long scarf. Perhaps you have a long tie, maybe even a towel, or just don't use anything at all as a prop. Still continue on with me, just not using a prop at all. I don't think we're going to be using weights in this particular class, but from time to time we use weights. So if you want to just have them near today, and if I have enough time, we'll incorporate the weights. If you're not using handheld weights, maybe water bottles will do, or canned goods that will fit comfortably in your hands. Again, if you prefer not to use handheld weights, just use your own body weight as resistance. So I'm going to remind my students, if you're here participating in the class, please remember that the college is asking me to keep accurate attendance. So email me. I appreciate all of you who email me, and not only do some of you let me know that you participated in the class, but you give me updates about what's going on in your lives. So thank you. I appreciate hearing that you're doing well. If you prefer to just leave a comment here in the comment section of YouTube, just letting me know that you were here, you can do that as well. And any other comment that you have, questions, just reach out to me. I will respond back to you. And again, moving is so important. Some of the former students keep in touch with me, and I had just received a text about a day or so ago, a couple of days ago, and she said she was thinking about how I had shared with one of the classes that it was so important if you're taking a long trip that you find some kind of way to move while you're in a seated position for a long period of time. So she said she remembered how I would share with the class that when I would drive to pick up one of my grandsons, that I would at stoplights just move so that I would just keep that synovial fluid flowing. And she happened to send me a text a day before, I think a day or two before, I was going to be driving to pick up one of my grandsons. So I just did that on yesterday, actually, and it's a 2.5 drive both ways. So I was in the car for 5 hours. And again, I just reminding you of how important it is to just move whenever you have an opportunity. So these classes will give you ideas of some of the things that you can do when you find yourself in a situation where you're going to be seated for a long period of time and just may not have the opportunity to get up and move. And so learning how to do things in the chair really helps if you're on a flight, if you're in a car, whenever you're just seated and you need to move. So I'm going to stop talking now. And as you know, the next time you see me, I'm going to be seated. All right, see you then. Okay, we're in our chairs now. Let's come into alignment. We want to get our feet about hip width apart. Press into the seats of your chairs, if you would, please. Let's bring the shoulders back slightly. And that means that they're just underneath the ears. And we want to have those abdominal muscles tight. Good. All right, so we're in alignment right now. You decide how you're going to rest your hands on your quadriceps. Maybe the palms are turned over. And maybe sometimes you just want to have the palms up. It's up to you. What we want to do is just focus on our breathing And we also want to focus on relaxing. You're going to get more benefit out of the class when you're nice and relaxed. You don't want to start with tense muscles, and we also want to make sure that we warm up. So we take this time at the beginning of the class to get relaxed, to warm up, bring your thoughts into the present moment so that you're focusing on how your body feels. Good. No to-do list right now. Let's just focus on what we're doing here in the class. All right. So just inhale, and you want to just make sure we've gone over the proper breathing technique. You want to just make sure that you're filling your lungs, and you want to get that all the way down to the lower lobes of your lungs. And then you just want to exhale. So it's a nice inhalation, nice and deep. And it's a nice exhalation. During the class, as you continue to breathe in and out, you know that we have exercises that help us with these intercostal muscles, which are housed within the rib cage, and they're very instrumental in our breathing. And so we do make sure that the exercises are also helping us to breathe properly. So just keep breathing in and out, and each time you breathe in and out, you're just relaxing a little bit more. Again, take your time. It's your rhythm, your pace. Get those thoughts here into the class. I'm trusting everyone's feeling well. I'm glad that you're here. Okay. So we're going to begin down, and we're going to travel up. Get nice and balanced in your chairs, centered. Okay, press your feet. And you want to be sure that your toes are pointed forward as much as possible. And then we're just going to lift our heels. As we lift our heels, we're going to come all the way to the joints of the toes, past the balls of the feet, and then you lower the heels. Just want to lift. Remember, we're warming up. So you're lifting those heels. As you lift your heels, you can feel the muscles. You can feel the muscles activate. And you're also mindful, as I've shared, to just make sure that you're on the joints of the toes. The abdominal muscles are still tight. And you're lifting. You feel those gastrocnemius muscles as well, your calf muscles. And those muscles are very instrumental in getting the blood to your heart. So we want to strengthen those as well. We're just going to keep lifting. And as you're lifting and being sure to come onto the joints of the toes, that helps with the circulation of the synovial fluid in the joints. So lifting and lowering. And we'll do about, let's say we'll do 4 more now. So let's lift. That's 1. Let's lift. 2. And we lift. And let's do 1 more. Wonderful. Then you just flatten the feet now. Check your posture again. And we're going to lift that right leg as we do. Again, it does not need to be lifted that high. Now, you may find that you need to reposition in your chair just to lift. Abdominal muscles are still tight. Your toes are pointed toward the ceiling. The left foot is still on the floor, and the left toes are pointed forward. And you're going to hold. Now you feel even more of the muscles in your lower body. So now you'll feel that these quadriceps are more activated. You can feel the hamstrings as well. Your lower abdominal muscles are working to help you to keep the leg in this position. And then whenever you need to lower it, if you need to lower before I lower, that's fine. And then we just lower that right leg. Let's now lift the left. Same thing, the left toes pointed up toward the ceiling. Right toes are pointed forward. That right foot is still on the floor. And you feel the muscles have been activated. You check your posture. And then you lower the left. Let's do another one on the right. Lift. And lower. Left. Lift. And lower. The right side again, lift. And lower. Left side, lift. And lower. Right side, lift. And lower. Left side, lift please. And lower. One more time on the right, lift it. And lower. And the last time on the left. And we lower. Good. Let's go back to lifting those heels onto the toe joints. Lift. This time it's a little bit faster, just a little bit. Lifting and lowering. 4 more. Lift and lower. 2 more. Last one. Okay. And so now reposition yourself in your chair, and you're either going to cross your right ankle over the left, or you're going to lift that right ankle and you'll bring it behind your left knee. And once you do that, if you want to give a little bit, very gentle pressure inside the right knee, that'll engage your glutes a little more. As you lean forward, keeping those abdominal muscles tight, that also will engage the glutes a little bit more. Now, if your ankle is crossed over the left, if the right ankle is crossed over the left, then you would just place both of your palms, the right palm inside the right knee and the left palm inside the left knee, and then you would just bring your knees apart. And I'll show you how that would look. So if your ankle is crossed, just do this, and you'll still activate those deep hip flexors. So we'll hold it here. And let's release. So you release the pressure inside the knee or knees, depending on the posture you're in. Lower that right foot or uncross the ankle. Move around a little bit so that that synovial fluid in the hip area will flow better. And then we're going to do the same thing on the left. If you're crossing ankles, then the left is crossed over the right. The same thing with your palms. If you're going to lift the left ankle, please lift it now. You give pressure if that's comfortable for you. You lean forward if that's comfortable. And you'll feel those deep hip flexors have activated as well as your glutes. And you hold it there. And release, please. Okay, and move on that left side as well to get that synovial fluid circulating. And again, please remember that you don't want to be tense, nice and relaxed as we're going through the class, and that'll benefit you so much more. And you notice I tap out my feet just a little bit. That helps as well. And now what we're going to do is we're going to bring that right knee, you bring it into your chest, and you bring that right knee as close into your chest as you feel comfortable. Again, it does not have to be lifted that high. The important thing is that you're in proper alignment and you hold the stretch. Let's lower the right leg. Let's lift the left. Bring that knee close to the chest. Check your alignment. Still breathing deeply in and out. And you lower the left. Let's do the same on the right. And we go back to the left. Feel that nice stretch. Let's do one more. One more on the right. Let's do one more. And let's do one more on the left. Okay, and now we're just going to lower the left. Maybe move around again, tap it out a bit. We're going to keep moving up the body. So hopefully you're starting to feel a little warmed up right now, and that's a good thing. That's what we're doing. We're warming up. This time we're going to work on the core area a little bit more. We're always working on the core in chair Pilates. Remember, we want to strengthen our core, and the back is a part of your core. So we want a strong back. We want these abdominal muscles to be strong as well. So we're always focusing on them. It's just some of the exercises focus on the core area just a little bit more, but we're always engaging the core. And so as you lift this time, you're going to begin lifting with the left leg. And as you do, you're going to bring the right elbow toward the left knee. Again, it's not necessary that the elbow touch the knee, but you want to twist enough that you feel those abdominal muscles are working for you. So it'll look like this. You lift and you twist. And you feel those abdominal muscles, the lower abdominal muscles. It does not have to be a fast rotation. The important part is that you're twisting and you're feeling those muscles work because we're getting stronger. We want to get stronger. Lift and twist. You decide how high you're going to lift that knee. You decide how much you're going to twist. Just make sure that you can feel that there is some challenge to your body as you're lifting and twisting. You take a break if you need to. Yes, I know you're getting warm, and that's good. Focus on your breathing. Focus on your posture, and you decide, once again, how fast the movement and whether or not it's time for you to take a break. We'll do 4 more. A right and a left is 1. And 1 more. And that's it. We're back centered. We lower those arms. Feel those muscles. Yes. We have to get those abdominal muscles warmed up as well. So let's start working on the shoulders a bit. Get those shoulder joints nice and warmed up. Now, if you have shoulder challenges or any challenges within your body, please be mindful of that. We're going to inhale and just shrug the shoulders up. So as we shrug up, we bring those shoulders as close to our ears as possible. And then we bring the shoulders back. Then we bring them down. So we inhale up and we bring the shoulders back. You notice that as you're bringing your shoulders back, your chest opens. Good. And down. Inhale up. Pull back as far as possible. Open the chest. Pull down as far down as possible. Inhale up and back and down. Let's reverse. So we inhale up. Now the shoulders are pulling forward and down towards the earth. Inhale up. Bring the shoulders forward and down. Again. Forward and down. 1 more. Inhale up. Bring the shoulders forward as far as possible and down. Now we're going to go back again. Inhale up. Pull the shoulders back. Open that chest. Pull them down. 3 more in this direction. Up. Back and down. Again, please. Pull back. Open that chest and down. 1 more in this direction. Back and down. And now we inhale up. And we're forward again. Forward as much as possible, and then pull those muscles down. Pull those shoulders down. Inhale up, forward, and down. 2 more in this direction. And forward and down. Just 1 more. And forward, and you pull down. Wonderful. Now, you want your palms, both palms, right and left, to face the earth, face the floor. And we're going to shrug up and then pull the shoulders down towards the earth, towards the floor. So your palms are facing the floor, and then you release. Inhale and press down. Pull those shoulders down. Inhale, shrug up. And press down, pull the shoulders down. Inhale again, please. And press down, press down. Let's do 2 more. Inhale. And exhale down. Pull the shoulders down. Inhale. And down. Release. Now you may want to shake the wrist a little bit and the fingers a bit. Move the shoulders around, maybe back a little bit and forward a little bit. All right, so it's time for the neck Check your alignment, check your posture, and we are centered. The only thing we're going to do now is move our head. So please don't move your shoulders. You want to keep those stable. And we're going to tilt the right ear without moving our shoulders. Just tilt your right ear towards the right shoulder. You're going to feel a stretch on the left side of your neck. And then you come back to center. Shoulders are stable. The left ear is now moving towards the left shoulder. And you feel the stretch on the right side of the neck. Back to center. Let's do it again on the right side, please. Right ear to right shoulder. Center. Left ear to left shoulder. Center. Right ear to right shoulder. Center. Left ear to left shoulder. Center. Last time right. Just tilting. Center. And last time left. Wonderful. Back to the center. Now bring your chin. Bring your chin to your chest. And you want to get that chin as close to your chest as possible. And then let's come back to neutral. Bring the chin back to your chest, please. Back to neutral. 2 more. Chin comes to chest. Back to neutral. 1 more time. And back to neutral. So when you're bringing your chin to your chest, you're stretching the back of your neck, which is your cervical spine. So you want to try to get that chin as close to your chest as possible. Now we're going to just tilt our heads back so that we're stretching the front of the neck. And then we come back to neutral. And you bring the head back again. Please be mindful of your head. As we know, the average head weighs about 10 pounds. Back to neutral. So you just want to be mindful of your spine. Bring your head back. And you come back to neutral. Let's do 1 more. Just tilt your head back. And you come back to neutral. Okay, so we have warmed up from the bottom up. And what we're going to do now is we're going to reposition ourselves. And we're going to lift both the legs. Toes are pointed up toward the heavens, toward the ceiling. And then we're going to lift both the arms. Palms are facing. I'm going to hold it here for just a few breaths. And now let's begin to rotate the ankles and the wrist at the same time. Let's do an outward rotation to begin. So it's an outward rotation. Wrist and the ankles at the same time. Just check your posture. Your abdominal muscles are still tight. And again, you decide how fast you're going to rotate your wrist and your ankles. We're getting those joints filled with that synovial fluid, circulating well. Let's stop here and let's reverse that rotation. So now it's an inward. You're coming towards the midline of the body. Muscles are still working, getting those joints saturated with that synovial fluid. And let's stop. Now let's just flex and point. You flex and you point. Flex and point. And we'll do 4 more. A flex and a point is 1. That's 2. And 1 more. And let's lower the feet back to the floor. Bring those arms to your sides. Slide the feet back up. It brings you into alignment, but if not, just check. You want to have those feet nice and flat as we can get them. And then we want to have the toes pointed forward as much as possible. The feet are about hip width apart. We press into the seats of our chairs. Abdominal muscles tight. Bring those shoulders back once you're in alignment. Good. So we're going to inhale up. Arm comes up. Stretch up toward the ceiling. So the right arm is up. stretching up toward the ceiling. Lower the right arm, please. Inhale up. The left arm comes up. Stretch up toward the ceiling. Abs are tight. Please lower the left arm. Inhale up. Right arm here. Lower the right arm. Inhale up and lift that left arm. Let's lower. One more time on the right. Inhale up. Stretch. And lower. And left side. Stretch up. Remember I was mentioning to you earlier those intercostal muscles. Stretch up. You'll feel those muscles on the outer part of your body as well. And you lower. Now move the shoulders around a little bit if you would. So a little bit back and a little bit forward. Okay. All right. Okay, so we're going to press down. Press down. Just press. So shoulders are coming up toward the ears. You notice we're moving just a little bit faster this time, but still a gentle movement. So just up. Palms are facing the earth, facing the floor. Okay, so we stop, shake out those wrists a little bit again. And now what we want to do, please wiggle your toes and wiggle your fingers. Again, we're speaking again of the joints that are in the fingers, joints that are in the toes that need that synovial fluid to circulate well. So make sure you get each finger, your thumbs, and each finger, the index. Good, keep moving. And you do the same, wiggle those toes as much as possible. So we are nice and warmed up. So I think what we're going to do now is we're just going to do a few exercises standing. So the next time you see me, I'll be standing. But remember, you don't have to stand. Continue along with me seated if that's what you prefer. Okay, see you in a moment. So we're standing now. Please get your strap or your towel or your long tie or long scarf. Or if you prefer nothing at all, just follow along with me. Hand positioning on the strap, if you're using one or whatever you're using to substitute for a strap, is important. So you want to just make sure that your hand placement will allow you to perform your side bends. So what we're going to do, we're going to start out in this position, and then you're going to raise up those arms overhead. And then if you would just lean to the side. Now again, remember, it does not have to be a deep side bend, just enough to activate those muscles. And then you come back to center, and then you do the same thing. Lean to the right side, not too much. Back to center. If you're having challenges, again, just check the positioning of your hands on your strap. But if you're not using anything, just lean to the side, just as I'm doing here. And then back to center. And we lean again, opposite side. Abdominal muscles are tight. Back to center. And we lean again. Feel those muscles, feel the stretch. This is a wonderful stretch. Center, back to the other side. Feel those muscles. Inhale up. And let's just lean to the side. Back to center. Let's do one more on the right, or whatever side you're leaning toward. Back to center, and then one more. I'm going to be on my left. Whatever side is your opposite side right now, you lean, and you're back to center. Bring those arms forward if you would. Maybe you want to rest your arms a bit right now. So rest your arms a little bit. Okay, so now you may just want to, depending on the length of whatever you're using, you may want to double it. And you check your alignment. When we're standing, we want to stack the joints as well. So to stack the joints, what that means is your shoulders are underneath your ears, your hips are under your shoulders, your knees are under your hips, and your ankles are under your knees. So once the joints are stacked, toes are pointed forward, abdominal muscles are tight, and then we're just going to extend the arms forward. Find your comfortable hand placement if you're using something as a prop. And then you're just going to rotate your torso. Rotate your spine. And I'm going to be rotating to the right to begin. And then you come back to center, rotate to the left, feel that nice spinal rotation, back to center. Let's rotate to the right again. And you decide how far you're going to rotate, meaning you decide the range of motion that your body has today. Back to center, to the right. And if you're coming all the way to the end of your range of motion, note that. Just note how that feels to come to the end of your range of motion. And you come back to center. Let's go to the right again. Find that end if that's comfortable for you. Again, you're making the decisions here. One more time to the left. And center. And one more time to the right. And back to center. We're back to center. Rest the arms again if that's what you need to do. Okay. All right. So again, straps are, the arms are forward again. Forward. And let's just lift them up. Now you stretch up toward the ceiling. Just stretch up and then bring the arms back to about chest level. Inhale up and forward. Inhale up and forward. Inhale and forward. Inhale. Forward. Let's do two more. And forward. And one more. And forward. Arms come to chest level and then you lower them. Always moving around the joints, especially the joints that you were using in the movement, keeping the circulation of the synovial fluid flowing well. Always important, and that's why I mention it so many times, because it's so extremely important. There's another movement we're going to do, and you're going to decide now whether or not you're going to be bringing your arms all the way behind you. And I'll show you what I mean. So we're going to lift the arms up overhead. Once they're overhead, you decide. Now you can stop here as you bring them back, or you can bring them all the way down. It's up to you. And then you raise those arms back up, overhead, and down. Up. Again, you decide how far back or how far down you're going to bring those arms. And then you lift up and back overhead to about chest level. Up, the arms come up and back behind you, if that's what you're doing, and up and overhead about chest level. One more time. One more time. Again, you decide about those arms. And overhead. Chest level, and you relax. Relax, relax, relax. Okay. And so there's another movement I'd like to show you that would also help with your tricep stretch. And so the way that you can do this, and I'll try to make it as basic for you as possible, if you bring that strap behind you, and you'll have the strap in your right hand, and then you just bend your right elbow, and then you bring your right hand down the center of your back as much as possible. You'll feel the tricep activation. Then you bring your left hand behind you, and you're just going to bring that left hand up the strap, if you're using it, as close to the right hand as possible. So the left hand will come up as close to the right hand as possible, and you hold that stretch right there. If this is not comfortable, then please wait for the next exercise that we'll perform. Now let's release the left hand. Bring that left arm back to your side. Let's release that right arm. We'll bring it back from the center. Move it around a little bit before we go to the other side. So now the strap is in your left hand. You raise that left arm up, bend the elbow, bring the left hand down the center of the back as much as possible. Now you bring the right hand, grab that strap, which is in the center of your back, and you just bring the two hands together as close as possible. And again, you'll feel the tricep muscle the most. Of course, we're always using more muscles, but you'll feel this nice stretch for the tricep muscles, and you'll feel it in the biceps as well. And you hold it here. Good. Okay, let's release. There we are. Move around a little bit if you would. Okay, so that's all we're going to do with the strap right now. So you want to make sure it's out of your way, but that you're still safe when it's out of your way. Let's do a little bit of movement for the back. The back needs to be stretched. As I've shared with you before, many times you may be storing some tension, some blocked energy, some stagnant fluid in the lower back. So let's stretch that back. And what we're going to do is do this really slowly and gently. Let's begin by placing the hands on the back of your chair, and then beginning with the right foot, just slowly begin walking back. Right foot, left foot, right. Keep walking back. Keep walking back. You walk back until you feel that your back is flat. And when I say flat, you're trying to get it as flat as possible for you. You'll feel it in the hamstrings as well. We're always engaging more muscles than the ones that I mentioned, but I just usually call out the ones that you're going to feel most. But you walk back, so you should feel a stretch in the arms, stretch in the legs, press out, abs are tight, and flatten that back and hold it. So you'll feel a nice stretch up the back from the lower back. So you're bringing your chest toward the floor. That'll help flatten the back. And you hold it there. Get some of that tension out of that back, especially if you've been sitting for a long period of time. Stretch it out. Stretch. You'll feel the stretch coming all the way, even throughout the arms to the fingertips. Hold it here. Focus on your breathing right now. Come into the moment. Relax. Remember, as I shared earlier in the class, that tensing the muscles does not help at all. All right. So now begin walking forward, right foot, left, and you'll come back. That was a nice stretch. You're back in a standing position. Okay, so we're going to start working the lower abdominal muscles a little bit more. All the abdominal muscles will be engaged as well as the legs. And we're going to do that by starting out with the feet about hip width apart. And you're going to bring that right knee up toward the chest, and then you're going to extend the leg behind you, and you'll lift your glutes. So it's in and back. Make sure that as you're bringing that leg behind you, that you're lifting the glutes. Take a break when you need to. Move as fast or as slow as you feel comfortable. Good. So that's good for the right side. Let's do the left side. Same thing. Bring that knee close to the chest. Extend back. Toes will be in the floor. And lift the left glutes. Ready? Let's go. Feel those lower abdominal muscles working. Four to go. How are you feeling? One more on this side. Good. That's the left side. I'm going to do another set, okay? You ready? Another set. Starting with the right side again. Let's go. Halfway there. And one more. Okay. Ready for the left side? If you need a break, you take a break. If you need some water, you get some water. And let's start on that left side. Let's go. You're getting stronger. 2 to go. And that's the last one. You are stronger. Feel those abdominal muscles. Yes, we're getting stronger. Well, as I said, there's just one more class after this one left in the semester. We know we have 10 classes per semester, so I'm sure you're stronger now than you were when we first started, and that's a good thing. That's a really good thing, and I thank you for sticking around. And remember that the college has been registering for the summer semester already. So if you're going to be taking any of the college classes, now's the time to register. All right, so we're going to inhale up. You're up on your toes, so you've lifted both heels of your feet, and then you come back, and you're going to lift the toes so that they're pointed toward the ceiling. Inhale up, and back. Inhale. Really stretch out. So you are inhaling up onto your toes. You're lifting both heels, stretching back. Eight more. It's 1. Halfway there. 4 more. And we do 1 more. There we are. Lower those heels, both heels back to the floor. How does that feel? So you probably want to tap out your feet. Helps with the circulation. So you just tap out. Remember that as the blood circulates through the body, once it hits the feet, then it travels back up. It's fighting gravity. So as we tap out, we're helping that circulation. So it's good to tap out a little bit. So we're going to twist that torso a little bit more. Lift and twist. Lift that knee. Bring the elbow toward the lifted knee. The opposite elbow comes toward the lifted knee. Remember, it's not necessary for the knee and the elbow to touch. Just want to twist your torso. You decide how high you're lifting that knee. And you will feel, as you twist, the lower abdominal muscles still working and getting stronger. You decide how fast you're going to lift. You may want to slow it down a bit. Maybe you want more of a cardiovascular workout today, so move a little faster. I'm trying to be about mid-range, so you're either moving right with me, a little slower, or a little faster. This is good for balance as well. Take your time. If you're standing with me, please have that chair very close. You may need it for support. A right and a left is 1. 2 more. Final 1. Good. Tap it out a bit. All right. So let's do some more hip openers, if you would, with me. So I think I'll move my chair over just a bit. Good. So we're going to start with the right side. Again, stack your joints, come into alignment. All right. And let's lift to the right. Left knee is slightly bent. Again, you're deciding how fast your movement will be. So if I'm lifting a little faster, you know what you know. Left side. Okay, right side again. Please keep the knee on the supporting leg, slightly bent. Abdominal muscles, there's tight. Okay, ready? Left side again. One more set on the right side. You ready? Left knee. This is a supporting leg this time. Left knee, slightly bent. Ready? Lift to the right. Abs are tight. Feel those glutes and the hips. Good. One more set on the left side. So now the right knee is slightly bent. You ready? Lift. And that's it. Feel those joints and those muscles. Bend those knees just a little bit. Get them ready for the squats that we're about to do. Yeah, you knew it was coming. Do a few squats today, as we always do. Use your chair if you prefer for your squats. Otherwise, you follow along with me. I want to give you just a few reminders. Feet are going to be about shoulder width apart. You decide how deep you're going to bend. Your weight goes into your heels and you press back. The weight goes into your heels, you press back. It's important that you squeeze the glutes up. And let's start. Bend forward, squeeze up. Okay, how's that? Let's keep going. Take a break if you need to, and then you just come right back in when you're ready. Press back. Weight in your heels. Getting stronger. Final one. Good. Tap it out. Move the shoulders, move the arms. Lift up. Maybe do some heel toes. Let's do some heel toes. So some heel toes will look like this. Please hold the side of your chair if you need to. You ready? So just extend forward. Heels in the floor, toes toward the ceiling. So it looks like this. Right and left. Right. Forward. Last set. Now let's do some extensions toward the back. So the toes are behind you. Right. Toes in the floor behind you. Lift those glutes. Extend the legs behind you. Feel those abdominal muscles. Really extend the legs behind you as much as possible. Toes are into the floor. Abdominal muscles are working. Lifting the glutes. And the last set. Good. March it out. Well, I think we're done standing, so the next time you'll see me, I'll be back in my chair. Okay, as promised, we're back in our chairs. You're in alignment, I hope. I'm ready to get back into it. Okay, so what we're going to be doing is lifting those heels. And this time, we're going to be engaging the biceps as well, but we won't be using our handheld weights. So it'll look like this. We're going to lift both the heels off the floor. As we lift the heels, we'll curl the arms, and we're lifting. Remember, you're always going to be lifting the heels enough that you're on the joints of your toes. And the movements of the arms are still controlled. You still want to feel the activation of the muscles. The abdominal muscles are still tight. You're in alignment. You focus on your breathing and you focus on your thoughts. Your thoughts are here in the class right now. Always helps. I'd say 4 more. 2, 3, and 4. Lower the arms, please. Bring them back to your sides. Maybe move them a bit. Flatten your feet back on the floor. Okay? So now we're going to lift that leg up again. This time it's the right leg and the left foot stays on the floor for now. And then the left heel is lifted. Let's bring the arms about right here so that the hands are about chest level. So you'll notice that I'm lifting my left heel on my left foot. The right leg does not have to be up that high. Just enough. Keep your alignment. And let's stop here. Bend the right knee. Lower the foot back to the floor. Left leg comes up. Toes are pointed toward the ceiling. This time we're lifting the right heel on the right foot. And this is the final one. Bend that left knee, bring that left foot back to the floor, lower the arms back to your sides, check for your posture. How's everything feeling? Good. So we're going to form that V with our feet. So the right toes are pointed in the right direction and the left toes are pointed. I don't know if I said that correctly, but I'll start over just in case. The right toes are pointed in the right direction. That's correct. And the left toes are pointed in the left direction. Okay, so we're forming somewhat of a V. Want to get those inner muscles. All right. So again, you're lifting. Feel that? Good. And you can stay here if you like, or here, or here. Abs are tight. And final one. Good, 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 good. All right, come back into alignment if you would. Let's inhale up. Bring that right arm up. Bring it behind your chair if you would. Bring the left arm across your body. Please look over your right shoulder. Keep the abs tight. That's why I keep reminding you of those abdominal muscles. Keep them tight. I'm looking out for you. Hold it here. And you're looking over the right shoulder, so it may not look like I'm looking over my right shoulder because I'm really not, but you should please. Just turn your neck and look over the right shoulder. And then you release the left arm from across the body. Release the right arm from behind the chair. You come back to center. You inhale up so that the left arm comes behind the chair. The right arm comes across your body, and then you're looking over your left shoulder. So please turn your neck enough to look over that left shoulder. And also this will help also with the twisting of your torso toward the left. And you hold it there. Breathe into it. And the right arm comes from across the body. Left arm comes from behind the chair. You are back centered. And we're going to inhale up. And as we exhale this time, we're going to just fold forward. Just fold forward. Just allow your palms to face. Again, we're flattening the back as much as possible. And we just want to stretch the back in the chairs this time. So just bring that chest toward the floor and hold that stretch. Just hold it, stretch forward. And that's it. Bring the arms back to your sides, come back to an upright position. Move the shoulders around a little bit. All right, so we're going to bring those knees back into the chest again. We end the class the way we began. Now, you may feel that you're getting that knee a little closer to the chest than earlier. That's because of that synovial fluid that's circulating better. There's more, we've just loosened up a little bit more, warmed up a little bit more. So now as you get to the end of the class, that's one of the reasons that we end the class the way we began. Of course, we want to cool down, but we also want to take note that we feel a little more flexible. Range of motion has improved. And you bring that left knee closer to the chest if possible. And let's bring the right knee in again. And the left. And the right. And the left. This is also good for the lower back. Last time on the right. And last time on the left. And we lower. Both feet are now flat. So it's about time to end the class. I will just give you a couple more reminders. Please let me know that you were here. Send me an email or just let me know in the comments section. If you have any questions about anything that relates to the class, please leave me a question here on YouTube or email me as well. Be reminded that next Friday, the 26th of June, is the last class for the semester, and it's still open for registration as it relates to the summer classes, whatever summer classes you may be interested in. And we're going to just come back into alignment. Inhale, exhale. Relax those shoulders as you inhale and exhale. Relax. Now as you inhale up, bring those arms up. Bring the palms and the fingertips together. Let's bring those hands down the midline of the body. And once you get to chest level, hold it here, please. Bring those hands into your chest. Just rest the thumbs here, right here at heart center. Bring the hands away from the chest. Rotate to the right. As you rotate to the right, please press your fingertips together. Please press your palms together. And then you come back to center. Please rotate to the left. Again, you're pressing the fingertips and the palms together toward the midline of the body. Back to center. Same thing on the right. Press and rotate. Center. Last time left. Press and rotate. Press and rotate. Press and rotate. And last time right. Press and rotate. You're back to center. Hold it here. And that is it. Great job. I'm looking forward to next week. Thank you. Bye-bye.